Hi, I'm Christian, and today I want to talk to you about depression during COVID-19. Experts have said that during this 2-3 months of quarantine, some of us are already experiencing depression due to cabin fever. What is cabin fever? Cabin fever is depression, anxiety due to isolation, and not having connection with other people. And that has been happening in our lives for the past 2-3 months. All of us are isolated. We cannot go out. Some of us, we cannot see our children, cannot see our family, we cannot see our friends, close ones, our loved ones who are dear to us. And because of that, we all feel anxious. To some, their mental health is on a decline because of cabin fever. And I want to help you somehow understand what you're feeling, what you're going through, and deal with it really. Not just set it aside, but rather deal with the emotions, deal with whatever's happening in your mind and in your heart. First of all, if you are a follower of Jesus Christ, I pray that you don't see this as you being less of a Christian. People have been telling me that when you feel depressed, you feel anxious, just pray. They somewhat deny the fact that it is an illness. Just like when you have colds, you have to treat it. That it is a spiritual battle, but it's more than that. It's also physical, It's an issue in our mind that we have to deal with every single day. I know this because I've gone through it. I've gone through depression, anxiety myself, and perhaps I'll share that some other videos. But today I just want to help you in some way to be able to deal with depression and anxiety during COVID-19. First of all, and this is somewhat of a cliche, but we have to be reminded of this, that it's okay to not be okay. There are just moments in our lives, and to some, it is this moment that we feel so weak, feel so helpless, feel like we are not in control of our own mind, of our heart, that our thoughts are just so negative in a way. I want to encourage you that it is okay not to be okay. You don't have to pretend that everything is going to be all right, that everything is okay with you, with your mental health, and with your situation. It is okay to admit that we are weak, that we are helpless. It is okay to embrace somewhat the pain, to really feel what you're feeling, to be aware of the things that you are feeling, of the things that you are thinking. In this way, we'll be able to understand ourselves. In this way, we'll be able to know and pinpoint the real emotions that we are feeling. Once we recognize that it's okay not to be okay, we'll be able to say, I'm sad, I'm lonely, I'm anxious, I'm worrying, I feel depressed. First is we have to admit that it's okay not to be okay. The second thing I want to share to you is do not numb yourself. Some people are saying that if you have depression, if you have anxiety, keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy. I personally do not agree with that, because what you're really doing is numbing yourself of all the feelings that you have rather than dealing with them directly. Say for example, I feel depressed, and somewhat my escape and my keeping myself busy is watching TV. What it does is it doesn't really deal with what I'm going through, with my emotions, with my depression and anxiety. But what it does, it somewhat numbs me of what I truly feel. And when you do that, you don't really feel better, but rather you just shove it under the rug. And eventually, as you pile it, all those emotions and feelings, there will come a point in time that you'll just erupt. And I believe that is somewhat the reason for some that they are depressed, because they have just been piling up, numbing yourself, keeping themselves busy rather than dealing with the emotion itself. And instead of doing that, I encourage you, and this is number 3, I encourage you to find an outlet wherein you can share your emotions, let out your emotions. To some, they're not much of a talker, so what they do is they use music, as an outlet of what they feel. They create music, they write songs. To some, it's art. They draw, they illustrate what they're feeling. You just have to find something that you love doing as an expression of the things that you are feeling, in order for you to process them really and not just numb them. In this way, we'll be able to deal with the emotion. We are able to express it physically, to express it with our music, arts. To some, it's physical. You jog around, you run. You can still do that today, just inside your house. You run, you exercise. Those things do not numb you of what you really feel. Those things actually help you express them, help you process them. And lastly, since you know that I am a follower of Jesus Christ, as Louis Giglio said it, I'm not okay, but Jesus is okay. And if Jesus is with you, allow Him to minister to you. And that is through reading the Word of God. That is through choosing to believe in the words that He is saying. And that is worship. So again, in this time of crisis, some of us are having crisis within ourselves. And it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. But find an expression wherein you can let out those emotions, wherein you can express those emotions and process them. And lastly, choose to believe in Jesus. Choose to believe in Him in spite of what is happening around us. But if it's too severe, if you really are depressed, seek help. Seek people who are able. Seek professional help if needed. Do not be afraid. Do not be ashamed of what you're feeling, but rather seek help. Seek help. But I tell you, the greatest help that you can ever have is Jesus. So I pray that you choose to believe in Him. For me, my way of expressing my feelings, of letting out and processing my emotion, is writing a song. So I wrote this song, and I hope that this ministered to you as it has ministered to me. I'm isolated, don't know what to do, suffocated with what I'm going through, unexpected. No one is prepared. Are you here? Jesus, are you here? No connection. I feel so alone, so depression. Slowly creeping in, I need salvation. So I look up to heaven, I know you're here. Jesus, I know you're here. a sign of surrender. Take all that I have, all I need is you, Jesus. Still affected, but Christ is in me. Oh, I'm frightened not. I know He's with me. I'm protected. He'll never leave me. I know you're here. Oh, Jesus, I know you're here. So I choose to believe every word that you said, though I don't understand all the things that are happening. So I raise my hands as a sign of surrender. Take all that I have, all I need is you, Jesus. So I choose to believe every word that you said, though I don't understand all the things that are happening. So I raise my hands as a sign of surrender. Take all that I have, all I need is you, Jesus. All I need, I shall not want. All that I need, I know you're here. Jesus, I know you're here. So I choose to believe every word that you say, though I don't understand all the things that are happening. So I raise my hands as a sign of surrender. Take all that I have, all I need is you, Jesus. All I need is you. All I need is you.
The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. And even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I'll dwell in the house of the Lord forever.